I recently got a chance to take a look at the new Carrie trailer. I thought it was very interesting. It doesn't really seem to offer anything different. I don't see, obviously it's just a short trailer, but it doesn't really look like too much has changed. So obviously Chloe Grace Moritz is playing Carrie, and we have Julianne Moore playing her psychotic religious mother. In the original, Piper Laurie played the crazy mother, and we also had Sissy Spacek. And in a different TV miniseries version, we also had Angela Bettis in the role of Carrie, which I thought was probably the better version. Obviously, I haven't seen the new one, but I'm talking between the original. I think it was a better version because it did allow for some detail. It explained a lot more than the original film did. Obviously, it was able to include a lot more detail since it was a miniseries. And Carrie is a very short book, but there really is a lot of information, which for some reason always manages to be left out. Also partially does explain why the parents are religious fanatics. So I was just wondering, obviously this version looks, according to the trailers, this version looks really good. Julianne Moore seems to play the role more realistically rather than taking it on as a satire as Piper Laurie interpreted the role originally, but she still seems menacing, maybe not as out there as Piper's version, but what do you guys think? Do you think maybe it's going to be a good version, or do you think it has the potential to be just right on par with the original, or did you prefer the miniseries? So I will eventually do a side-by-side comparison with the original Carrie as well as the television miniseries, but for right now, from what I could tell, it didn't really seem like the story or the trailer, the new reboot, offered anything new or different. But yeah, so not really too bloody, didn't really look like anything new was envisioned or added to the story. I don't know if it is in the remake, but what I would love to see is the backstory with the tumbling rocks, where Carrie first discovers that she is telekinetic, or when she begins developing her abilities. There's a scene in the book where she's watching the neighbor's daughter sunbathing out in a two-piece swimsuit. Her mother gets angry and drags Carrie into the house, and Carrie, obviously just very upset and angry for some reason, just happens to cause a tumbling of rocks falling from the sky and just basically beats up the house. And for anybody who has seen the original Carrie, in the ending sequences where obviously Carrie has attacked her mother and the house is set on fire and they're both dying, you actually do see a bit of the cut footage of tumbling rocks falling through the roof. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if anybody's ever caught that, but it's just a bit of cut footage that did wind up being left in the film. Originally, obviously going by the book, Carrie, which for some reason nobody has ever duplicated the actual Carrie, which was, an overweight teen. She had bad acne, and I guess this is for purposes of Hollywood. Everybody wants the young and pretty actress, or they kind of uglify her a bit, but I really would like to see an actual accurate version of Carrie where we do have an actress who looks like Carrie as described in the book, rather than just, some thin, attractive actress who doesn't wear makeup and doesn't comb her hair, because to me, that's not Carrie. That's not the way she was envisioned in the book. And, those of you who are familiar with Carrie, Stephen King did base her off of two different people that he knew growing up. They obviously were very much of the underdog type, and one of them met an unfortunate end. I'm not going to discuss that. I just really don't want to drag out information about people I don't know, or just speak ill of people who did actually exist. So yeah, that's the reason for not going that route. But I would definitely love to share some thoughts with you guys on the new Carrie remake. What do you think? And there is some debate that the original trailer actually seemed a lot more shocking than the remake trailer. I really, other than just a few scenes here and there, like I've said, I really don't notice any difference between the two. They pretty much just seem spot on, but yeah, I would love to share some thoughts, and I will talk to you later.